I mean, what was that like? Norris, you had one job. You started first. Sure, it was a bit wet. Sure, it was a bit unpredictable with the pit stops and changing your tyres. Your competitor was starting 17th. You from pole position, you lose it at the start, you struggled to get, you couldn't even get past Russell at all until they started pissing it down. Then after that, after you pitted, you got past Russell, the red flag came out, oh, your competitor's ahead of you now. Okay, not your fault, granted. But then in the first corner, you fumbled it. You fumbled it. And it's over. Sure, I'm just some guy in my bedroom with a blue dressing gown on and not under all this media pressure and whatever pressure a Formula 1 driver goes under. So I can't exactly be in a position to say anything necessarily. But I can give my opinion because that's the whole point of this sport. It's supposedly a free-speaking country. So looking at the race from start to finish, Lando and Russell got away at the same time, relatively equal starts. By the second stage, Russell pulled ahead and he hit the inside line, took the lead right away from Lando. And Verstappen's start, if you've not seen the onboard, you should definitely go watch it right away because he goes in the middle of the track, okay, gets a good stop, passes like 5 cars, passes Perez. I remember just looking at the back, seeing where Verstappen is. I seen a Red Bull boxed in. I thought, oh, Verstappen hasn't gone anywhere. He's still in 17th. No, I see on the graphic he's in 11th. Like, fair play, lad. Passes Hamilton like he's nothing. Passes everyone else like they're nothing. Just thin air. Does get stuck behind Leclerc and I think it was Ocon at the time. So having a bit of trouble there. And at that point his tyres were just destroyed. Looks like he didn't have the tyres to pass anyone. Now stuck behind the Snowden train. About 10 seconds down the road was Norris behind Russell. He just couldn't get anyone, he's near him the whole time. Norris was the quickest, probably the second quickest car on the track, but just couldn't do anything with it as he was just stuck behind George Russell. And of course, the heavens opened. It started pissing it down. Like, I was looking at the screen and I thought, is this just a white light? Like, is this a flashbang that's gone off or something along the circuit? Because I could not see a thing at times. And of course, that's when Norris zoomed past Russell, just had a bit bigger balls down that straight coming into turn 4 by the things that Norris passed Russell then for what was technically the net lead at the time. Then the red flag came out and where was it? Verstappen and Ocon, I think it was. They stayed out. And obviously they got a track position because of that. On the restart, Ocon was pulling away from Verstappen, which was quite impressive. And it looked like you needed a significant pace advantage to overtake. And on the second safety car restart, I can't even remember what happened. There's so many incidents this race. And today, there's been at least 10 crashes I can think from the top of my head. 5 in qualifying and probably another 5 in the race. It's been complete and utter chaos. And after the safety car restart, nothing really changed. Verstappen just kept putting in fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap. Nearly every single lap until the checkered flag. Which, hats off to you, Verstappen. I'm not wearing a hat, so I would take hats off. Fair play, man. Like 17th to 1st. We've seen drive the lap before where he's gone like 10th to 1st, 11th to 1st, 14th to 1st. In a much slower car this time around in much trickier conditions. No, and it seems like Verstappen at Brazil when it's wet is just an unbeatable combination of circumstances, regardless how fast or how slow his car is. And now he's extended his lead to 62 points. The only way Norris can win this championship is if Verstappen does not score in Vegas or Qatar, including the sprint race, and if Norris takes maximum points in them 2 races, both wins, sprint race win, and 2 fastest lap points. And he'll still be 10 points behind Verstappen in Abu Dhabi. So it's next to impossible, and I reckon, he could see it in Vegas, which would be a very, very fitting place. But I don't know, it's unlikely that it's going to rain. It's very, very cold in Vegas. Probably the coolest track race of the year. Dog's joining in, he's bothering me. Say hello to him. He could see it in Vegas in the next race or Qatar. I'm going to say he's going to win in Vegas. Yeah, Max Verstappen is going to be world champion in Vegas. After I said Norris would win the championship, and before that I said Verstappen would win, so I changed my mind 3 times technically here. And I'm just more annoyed about how I'm wrong about Norris not being world champion. As yeah, sure, it is not officially over, but far as chances go, it's a sub 1% probability. So yeah, that's Our 2024 championship concluded, for the drivers at least. The constructors is another ball game completely. And speaking of constructors, Alpine, where did that come from? Right place, right time. Both cars made no pit stops. Looks like a 0 stop was the strategy to go for today. They made the absolute perfect decisions. Jumped up to 6th in the constructors from 9th it was, which is, they said in commentary, $50 million, which is quite a bit, and I now sit 3 points behind, or ahead of Haas, sorry. I don't know if that will hold. They did score a few points in the sprint with Gasly. Gasly was looking really good anyway, but just a complete dream result for Alpine after what's been a pretty dismal year. You know, bad news coming out of the team, lots of people leaving, a terrible car. Especially at the start of the season, it was so overweight. And even from then, just picking up a few points here and there, no major results. And suddenly getting a double podium towards the end of the season. That's the result that's going to make their campaign. But it is only 5 points that separates them, RB, and Haas. Alpine on 49, Haas 3 points back, and RB another 2 points back. So for the midfield battle, it's going to be very exciting. Aston Martin are too far ahead up the road, so no one's going to catch them. And with the constructors at the top, it's 36 points McLaren have against Ferrari, and Red Bull are quite close, within 10 points behind Ferrari. 13 points it is, I should say. So a few battles to look out for far as the teams go. But Norris, mate, fair play, good effort. But I think his chance is gone for this year, for sure.